What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth. If you are rocking with this content, please make sure to hit that like button as it helps the video to circulate. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my thoughts on this brand new Rome Streetz and Big Ghost project entitled Wasn't Built in a Day. So, Rome Streetz, he's that crisp, lyrical street rapper who has been bubbling in the underground scene since around 2016. Now, when we are talking about the new generation of artists who make more traditional hip-hop, Rome Streetz is easily one of the nicest ones. In 2022, he signed to Griselda and released Kiss the Ring, which was well received and made many people's year-end lists. But now, he is finally linked with the mysterious and consistent underrated producer Big Ghost. And like Rome Streetz, Big Ghost has been on this pretty consistent run over the last couple of years, so it makes sense that these two would be due for a collaboration. This project contains 11 tracks and lasts approximately 35 minutes. All the scratching was provided by DJ Swap, who has appeared on Big Ghost projects before. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track-by-track breakdown. The opener, Godspeed, has these haunting keys and the vinyl crackling effect that give it that raw vintage quality, and this really starts the album off on an eerie and grim note. Rome states that he went from Palm Angels with a large revolver and a charger. Nowadays, I'm a star. I sign scales with the Sharpie marker. So we have Benny autographing the Pyrexes, and Rome is signing the scales. He also says, I'd rather be the Black Warren Buffett than Nino. Need a Keisha from Belly, not a Ginger from Casino. Because we all know that Keisha from Belly was a real one, while Ginger turned out to be a snake, and no one wants to praise Nino since he folded on the stand. Rome Streetz also had a dope reference to the movie Fresh. Now, this is not the first time that Rome Streetz has referenced Fresh in his rhymes, but I like that he does, and I wish more rappers would, because it is an underrated movie that I think a lot of hip-hop fans have seen. Yeah, overall, this was a strong opener that set this creepy tone right off the jump. Track 2, Suicide, with Conway the Machine, has a piano-heavy boom-bap beat. The keys are colorful, yet slightly psychedelic. I also like the KRS-One Suicide. It's a suicide sample. They are reminding you that it's 6 million ways to die. You just gotta choose one. Rome raps, killing shit severely, you would swear he had a bloodlust. Keep them snakes nowhere near me. Rarely do I trust hug. As a whole, dope verse from Rome. Conway also came through with a solid performance, doing his flow switch-ups pretty effortlessly. He has some clever braggadocio while sunning the whack MC. Track 3, 8 Balls, has a slightly more laid-back instrumental and an ill Memphis Bleak vocal sample that just appears flawlessly on this track. So shout out to DJ Swap for executing that scratching perfectly. What we are getting here are hard bars from Rome over this smooth mid-tempo production. Rome Streetz raps, smoke 2 L's to the face, baby, I'm jingling. This the end where the villain wins. In order for me to come body the boss, I gotta knock off the middleman. Flame his shit, leave his wig sizzling. It's sickening, put all you dudes in the mix. I'm indifferent. So he's flexing his savage and hungry ways, letting you know that he's aiming for that top spot by all means necessary. Track 4, Gem Drop, is another standout. This samples Mobb Deep's classic Drop a Gem on Them, which instantly made me hype and instantly gave me the screw face. Now, Big Ghost also adds another piano section. Rome lyrically bodied this grimy piano production. I like his opening lines. These dudes want to be Scarface, then forget the ending, chasing attention. You'll be popular when your death is trending. So it seems like he was inspired by Jadakiss's You Think You Scarface, but you ain't seen the end of the movie from Lox's We Are the Streets, which always was an ill line. I also dug, when I'm describing all my peers, I use the word prey. I chase them down like a cheetah to rip off their face. There's also a cool audio clip from Method Man at the very end, which segues perfectly into the track P's and Q's, which also features Mr. Meth. And here the two rap over this dusty, dirty, and murky beat. This sounds like it could have been dusted off from one of the Woo vaults back in the mid-90s. Okay, it's not RZA quality, but it really does tap into that era of the best that one possibly could in 2023. Rome does have a dope verse with heavy coke and fentanyl talk, but it was Method Man who is the MVP of this record. His rhyme scheme was super clever. His wordplay was immaculate. We got a lot of Wu Gambino's talk from Mr. Meth here. Yeah, this ultimately feels like the perfect track if you really value that grimy criminology kind of hip hop. Right after is Royal Flush. Now this is backed by a sleek harp loop. Rome is hitting us with raw rhymes over this glistening production. There is a poker theme going on here as he talks about trying to stack his paper higher than the Golden Gate. There are some quote-worthy lines that jumped out, like, your CD cover is the shit I rolled a lie on. Lie from the land where nobody love you. Go buy a firearm. Don't assume these dudes will let bygones be bygones. Lots of hate when your money a mile long. So he's really talking. I like the Bodie James vocal scratch as well, and the way the track ended with Ghostface's Royal Flush line from the Purple Tape. The following track, Lobsters in Shortage, has a slight change of pace instrumentally. Here we get more of a wavy backdrop that works in a guitar and some strings that gives it that driving around on a rainy day in London kind of feel. So in other words, they revive heavy. This one is essentially a come-up anthem as Rome talks about having a different point of view and different perspective now. He states, from nothing to something, I'm living proof, was out the loop, now we lit, lounging in Liverpool. And the biggie scratch is, who said mobsters don't prosper was a nice touch also. Track 8, Dope Stamps, might have the eeriest instrumental of the batch. There is a spine-tingling and cinematic backdrop from Big Ghost and a menacing Fat Joe scratches. And Rome opens with the clever lines. Talking with Big Ghost, I use the beat as a medium. Then he hits us with more boasting like, had your bitch on my dick way before she seen a Benz. Up next is Majesty, which has a simple but effective bass guitar loop, and Rome is just going in over this raw and dusty production, asking the rap dudes to salute him as Your Majesty. And one of my favorite lines from this track are, you know the vibe, get the bread and slide like a water ride. It's simple, but hard as hell. The second to last track, Antidote with Plex Diamonds, has a punchy but dark atmospheric beat. The Rakim and Busta Rhymes vocal scratches are a nice addition as well. Now, I'm not too familiar with Plex Diamonds, but I thought he had a decent verse. However, Rome was the standout in my opinion. Then this project wraps up with the China Streetz solo. You mad, huh? So it is China Streetz doing her thing, rapping aggressively over some piano-inflicted boom bap that felt very Griselda, very Derringer inspired. It's my least favorite of the track list, but I really have no complaints as his girl China is showing us that she can rap over this raw beat. So overall, I give this album a rating of a strong 4 mics. It might be my favorite Rome Streetz album upon a few listens. But obviously, I have to give it some more time. I felt Big Ghost was in his bag on the production front, just like he was for most of the recent Mickey Diamond projects, but I did enjoy the instrumentals here a bit more. There was enough variety instrumentally and nothing too sleepy, and DJ Swab did step it up in the scratching department. And I found the scratching on this album to be more subtle and to fit more seamlessly than on the 2 Mickey Diamond projects, where I felt the scratching came across as just maybe a bit too excessive, but I didn't have that issue here. And in terms of the length, it was ideal for me at 11 tracks. Rome was mostly bodying beats, and he gave us some thoughtful, streetwise gems to contemplate, and he continues to show his ferocity and hunger as an MC. He continues to rap like he is in the unsigned hype section of The Source, but he's got a deal. Yeah, at this point, I'd have to say it is my favorite release to start off this slow year. My favorite tracks include Godspeed, 8 Balls, Gem Drop, P's and Q's, Lobsters in Shortage, Dope Stamps, and Majesty. Let me know what you thought about this project in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, it's peace and blessings. Roam streets, big ghost wasn't built in a day one.